Hello dear students, in this video I am going to discuss about embedded firmware design. Firmware is a software program or set of instructions programmed on a hardware. The embedded firmware is responsible for controlling the various components of the embedded hardware and generating response in accordance with the functional requirements. It is considered as the master brain of the embedded system because it controls all the peripherals. All the peripherals. Embedded firmware is stored at a permanent memory (ROM), and it is not possible to alter by the end user. To design embedded firmware requires understanding of particular embedded product hardware like various component interfacing, memory details, input output port details, configuration and register details of various hardware chips used, and some programming language, low level or high level. Embedded firmware development process starts with the conversion of the firmware requirements into program model using a modeling tool like UML or flowchart based representation. Here UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. The UML diagram or flowchart gives a diagrammatic representation of the decision items to be taken and the task to be performed. The embedded firmware design approaches is purely dependent on the complexity of the functions to be performed, the speed of operation required, etc. Two basic approaches are conventional procedural based firmware design. It is also known as super loop model, and OS based design, operating system based design. First one, super loop model. Actually, super loop is a program structure comprised of an infinite loop with all the tasks of the system contained in that loop. This approach is adopted for the application that are not time critical and where the response time is not so important. It is very similar to our conventional procedural programming where the code is executed by task. The task listed at the top of the program code is executed first, and the task just below the top are executed after completing the first task. In multiple tasks, each task is executed in serial. The firmware execution flow for this approach will be: first, it will configure the common parameters and perform initialization for various hardware components, memory, register, etc. After that, it starts execute the first task. After completing execution of first task, it start execute the second task and so on. After completion of all tasks, it will jump back to the first task and follow the same flow. This is an example code. Here tasks 1 to n are performed one after another, and when the last task, that is nth task, is executed, the firmware execution is again redirected to task 1 and it is repeated forever in the loop. So infinite loop. This approach is also referred to as super loop based approach. Here the only way to come out of the loop is either a hardware reset or an interrupt assertion. The super loop based design doesn't require an operating system, since there is no need for scheduling which task is to be executed and assigning priority to each task. In a super loop based design, the priorities are fixed and the order in which the tasks to be executed are also fixed. Hence, the code for performing these tasks will be residing in the code memory without an operating system image. Super loop based design is deployed in low cost embedded products and products where response time is not time critical. Some embedded products demand this type of approach. Example, reading writing data to and from a card using a card reader requires a sequence of operations like checking the presence of card, authenticating the operation, reading, writing, etc. A typical example of a super loop based product is an electronic video game toy containing keypad and display unit. The program running inside the product may be designed in such a way that it reads the keys to detect whether the user has given any input, and if any key press is detected, the graphic display is updated. Even if the application misses a key press, it won't create any critical issues. Rather, it will be treated as a bug in the firmware. The major drawback of this approach is that any failure in any part of a single task will affect the total system. If the program hangs up at some point while executing a task, it will remain there forever and ultimately the product stops functioning. Another major drawback of the super loop design approach is the lack of real timelines. If the number of tasks to be executed within an application increases, the time at which each task is repeated also increases. This brings the probability of missing out some events. Thank you.